Hi everyone, welcome to episode 4 of Focus for 5. Let me just show you the materials that I'm going to use today. So on my palette I have replenished the cadmium yellow from episode 1. I've still got some of the yellow ochre, a touch of the magenta left. The burnt umber is still there from episode 1, but I've added some titanium white and some cerulean blue. I'm hoping to do everything with just one brush today, so I'm going to use this flat brush, which is just under an inch wide. And the first step is to, set the timer going for 5 minutes. And then with a wet brush, I'm going to mix up approximately 4 parts of titanium white to 1 part of cerulean blue to get a nice light blue. And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to use that to put in a region of sky here in the top right of the painting. Next, let's add in the shadow region that I mentioned yesterday. Excuse me. So I will just dry my brush off a little bit on the palette, but because I'm going to a much darker colour, going with the burnt umber here, I don't mind too much if some of that white and blue gets into the mix in the first instance. And this doorway that I drew in yesterday, I just want to place a region of shadow there so it will really frame these 3 figures on the left quite nicely. And what's happening as I'm applying this colour is some of the light blue is showing up within the shadow region as I'm running out of brown on the brush. And that's okay, that adds a little bit of interest to this, what would otherwise be just a plain old dark region of one colour. Generally speaking, it's much more interesting to have a mix of colours, although they should usually be subtle, within a region of shadow. Just helps to sell the illusion that we're looking at something real, or at least inspired by the real world, a little more. Okay, so for now that's doing okay. I have about I'm not sure how much time I've got left actually, it's not quite clear on my timer. But I will start to mix up a flesh tone. Okay, that's the time up. So that's the 5 minutes up. Strict rules with Focus for 5. Once the timer goes, I stop painting or drawing. So thank you very much for watching me work on this one. Tomorrow, what I aim to do, unless I change my mind overnight, is I will mix up a flesh tone and just fill in the faces and hands where appropriate on the figures, and then start to add in some colour on the clothes, I think. And that will probably take up the 5 minutes, but if it doesn't, I'll try to block in some of the buildings with a stone or brick colour. Okay, hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.